So you just finished exercise 4, and this video is supposed to be about exercise 5. But you are at the point in your engineering careers that you need to realize that we make mistakes. We forget things, and we need to adjust, reprint, and correct our errors. So if you didn't already do this, and you submitted this wrong, there's nothing wrong with it, we're just missing something. Go to annotate, and I forgot in my last video to include the parts list. So make sure you did that. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my parts list and adjust these. For this part, I don't need the defaulted properties, but what I do want is the mass, the material, and the volume. Click OK, apply, OK, and I want to adjust the parts list to fit in this area here. The the parts list font is large, so let me fix that. So I right clicked and I'm going to make it smaller. Save and close. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and re-export this file. Well, let me save it. Yes to all. Okay. Give it a moment. Alright, file, export, PDF, save. Do I want to replace it? Yes. Alright, now, the reason you came to this video is because we're going to do exercise 5 in this tutorial. There's many ways to make this part. The way I make it might not be the best way, but it's the way that I'm going to make it. And hopefully there's a few skills that you learn along the way with how I view objects and how I make them. It's called Inventor for a reason. There's many ways to invent and create the models in whatever order or sequence that you see as best, as long as you're being accurate with your dimensions. This part, obviously there's dimensions on it. Those dimensions need to match your part. So if you have incorrect dimensions, you're going to lose points. So always make sure that you're making the parts with the correct dimensions. So let's move on. How would I make this? So I'm looking at the top view. I'm going to start with a rectangle that is 130 by 40. So let's go here. I'm going to start a new part. Make sure I'm in millimeters. So hopefully you're getting in the habit of doing that for these exercise parts. And since it's the top view, I'm going to go ahead and click on the XY plane. I'm going to click that arrow here so it says top. And what did I say? It was 130 by 40. Let me double check that. Yeah, 40 here, 130 here. Click on top. And it's showing top, so you should show top because in the drawing here, that's the top view. So that's another thing that I'm starting to realize when I'm making parts. And if I'm starting with a specific view, I want to make sure I draw on that surface. And that could help or hurt. I think it's going to help with this one. Now I see that there's an edge here, a circle here with a radius of 20, and then an inside slot with a radius of 10. So let's go back here and click circle. Find that midpoint. So you're going to click there and just click on that edge there, and you're going to notice if you dimension that, it'll have that 40 there, just like it showed here, because the diameter is going to be 40, so the radius is going to be 20. I'm going to click trim. I'm going to trim these lines out. It didn't let me. Tap escape. I'm going to right click on that and delete that, and then try again. It's not letting me delete. Oh, it doesn't want me to delete that. That's okay. We're going to leave it there. Drop down menu for rectangle. Click on center to center slot. Click on that center point there. Make sure that you're at 180 degrees there, and we're going to go this direction by 40. Oh, hold on. Let's try that again. Okay, make sure it's snapping your mouse, don't move your mouse, make sure it's nice and straight there. 40. And then the radius, let's go back, that's going to be 10. So it's going to ask you for a number here. And it's not, okay, so something's up with my thing here. I'm going to undo. Let's try that again. This is 40, enter, and then 10, enter. Radius of 10. Yeah, that's what we want. 40, yeah. Sorry, I'm just going back and forth and checking. Okay, and then the extrusion is going to be 10. Alright, finish sketch, click home. And this is going to be a little weird here because there's that line there, but click extrude, click this section here and this section here, and it's going to go up by 10, and click OK. Voila. Now the next part, we have these extrusions here. Let's just make it very easy on ourselves. That is 30 by, and then the 50, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. So that means that there's a rectangle here that's 50. So, okay, so I'm gonna, on this side right here, I'm hovering over it, I'm gonna right click, new sketch, click on front view there, and I'm gonna drop down the slot menu now, and click on rectangle, find this corner right here, click, I'm gonna go in this direction, and I'm not gonna put in a dimension yet. I'm gonna click over here, click dimension, this is gonna be 30, and then this one's gonna be 50. Let me go back to this, 30, 50, yeah, that's right. And then I'm gonna click the circle tool, hover over the midpoint, click on the corner, and then the inside one is a 30, so then draw another one by 30. I'm going to click trim, I'm going to trim this line, okay, cancel that. Trim this line, just trying to make my life a little easier. Okay, it's not letting cancel. That's okay. Finish sketch. I'm going to click extrude, click on those two surfaces. We're going to go the other direction, and we're going to click this button right here. It says 2. And then we're going to click this corner here. It's going to go to this surface. And click OK. And then now we're going to cut away, kind of looks like a duckbill. We're going to cut away this section. And the dimensions right here, it's 20. So the sides are 10. And that's real easy. So right click on that surface, new sketch. You're going to click on project geometry so we can see what we're going to cut away. Then click rectangle. Find this edge right here, click, draw a rectangle that goes past the top of the part, click dimension, click that top one, that's going to be 20, and then click this side and then the edge here, and that's going to be 10. Now finish sketch, click extrude, click the surfaces, click cut through all, and click OK. Okay, now again, mistakes happen. I'm realizing that this slot, it doesn't look like, so the slot on mine does not look like the drawing slot. So I'm going to investigate. What did I do wrong here? I'm going to go back into, I'm going to drop down, let's see, extrusion 1 has sketch 1, so I drop that down and I can see the sketch there. So I'm going to right click on sketch 1 and edit sketch. And okay, now I know what it is. So it's set to diameter here. So I'm going to right click that and delete that. Click dimension. And that should be not a 5. It should be a 10 for radius. There we go. So look at, even Mr. Cruz I still make mistakes, guys. So if you're making mistakes, don't worry about it. Just realize your mistake, make the correction. And that's really important to proofread, proof check, have somebody else look at it. And that's actually the most important thing you can do, is when you're drawing what you're drawing, have another peer look at it. And if they don't spot an error, then maybe it's correct, maybe it's incorrect. I'll spot the errors. but more than likely they'll be able to spot what you did wrong or what you need to fix, and you need to be okay with that. You need to be understanding that we all make mistakes, and you need to be able to make corrections on whatever errors you made. So it's good to have the example in front of you so that you can check your work versus the example, and that's what I did. I noticed that the slot was not looking correct, so I adjusted and I fixed. So now I'm going to finish sketch, and now it looks like how it's supposed to look like. Okay, let's give it a material of aluminum 6061. Click save. This is exercise, so EX05, and your name, initials, whatever you see fit. My computer has been slow lately. Alright, now go to File. Go to the drop down menu, the new drawing. Right click sheet 1, edit sheet, size A, delete that ANSI large, drop down drawing, drop down title block, ANSI A is the one we want. Then click in place use the base, and we're going to do it just like this. Yep, that's good. And I wonder if 1-to-1 would fit. No, 1-to-1 does not fit. We're going to click half, move that to the left there, click the top view, click the side view, hover over here, click the ISO, click OK, move the ISO up a little bit, double click it, click the shaded, and now let's just match the dimensions that we see here. Click on annotate. Oh, tools. See, I almost forgot again. Tools, document settings, ANSI MM is your standard. And here we go. Let's zoom in. Let's click on this edge and this edge. And right away, let's just go ahead on the text. Right click dimension style, edit dimension style, uncheck trailing zeros. Text we want inline. Click the little pencil. Yes. Technique, save and close. In a future video, you're gonna make your own custom template, and you won't have to mess around with all that over and over and over again like we have been. Now I'm just going to town here on these dimensions. 40, 30. Yep. Excuse me, sorry. Here and here. Okay, so sometimes you're going to get in this situation, so tap escape, grab the number, and move it to the side there. Okay, we don't need this one here because we have the 10 and the 20. Hi, kitty. My cats are in here now. 130, that's redundant. We need this one right here, so click dimension. We need this dimension here. Click the center mark style. Click dimension. We're going to click on this and this to get that 40. And then this and this corner to get that 130. What else do we need? I feel like I'm missing something. I think this is all we need, honestly. We got the length, we got the depth. Do we need the height? We don't need the height because we have the 40 and then this radius of 25. If we want to make it easier, I guess we can put the height here. So click this and this to get that 65. And we got the 20 there, we got this. Oh, we need the centerline bisectors here. Oops, undo. Just like that. And then here too. These are not good centerline bisectors. So let's go ahead and hover over the center mark, right click, edit center mark style. And again, let's make A1, B1, let's make C3, D, let's make D also 1. Save and close. That's much better. Parts list. And click OK. Drop that down, double click on it, click on this button. We're going to remove these. You'll need those eventually, the default ones, but for just learning now and getting started, I want the material mass and volume, because these are crucial. You're going to need these. You're going to need to know how to access these, so that's why we start off with those. That can just live right there. Okay, iProperties. So file, iProperties, summary. The title is EX05, Engineering, Cruise, Company, Engineering. Apply, close. Check your title block. Scale 1/2. Yep. All right. Save. Click save. And then print it, export it as a PDF. Yes to all. I need to figure out why it's doing that. File, export, PDF, save. And now you'll notice in your file browser, let me go to models here, date modified. So I just made this one right here. If you open the PDF, it should look like a nice clean drawing like so. And you can print from there too. You can press Control P and make sure you're on the correct printer. Make sure you're on fit and print. Or you can print from Autodesk itself. So Control P. Just again, make sure you're on best fit, make sure you're on the correct printer, and click OK. And let's just keep moving. So exercise 5 is all done. Once you've submitted on the assignment, move on to exercise 6 and just keep rolling through these, blast these out, get them done. This is how we prepare for our exams.